Today on the channel, we got an early look at the Wrestlecon exclusive 1 of 500 Harley Race Big Rubber Guys exclusive.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Major Bendy's Big Rubber Guys unboxing and a review. And today on the channel, we got something extra special. We got the brand new Big Rubber Guys Harley Race 1 of 500 bloody Wrestlecon WrestleMania weekend exclusive. But of course, for all your Big Rubber Guy needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up Collect Major. Collect Major, your place to get your pre-orders in for your Major Bendy's Big Rubber Guys, and all points in between. I gotta give a special shout out, special thanks to the Major Bendy's crew for sending this over to me for a first look at this figure. Very, very excited for this one. Of course, I love my LJN style figures. So these Big Rubber Guys, man, just play into my childhood, of course. And of course, like a lot of you guys, and maybe you gals out there, but probably not, but maybe, had a Harley Race back in the LJN days, but it was King Harley Race, not NWA World Champion Harley Race. And that's what we get right here. Now, we've already got a Harley Race from the Big Rubber Guys. We'll compare that later in this video. That's the more clean Harley Race. This is more down in the dirt and the blood, the guts, and the beer probably with Harley Race. And I've always talked about my fandom of Harley Race going back many, many years. Of course, as a kid, watching a little bit of his in-ring stuff and then his managerial time primarily. But of course, in the, early 2000s, Harley was making a lot of appearances in my area for my local wrestling promoter, a good friend of mine, and he would bring Harley in for many a shows. I got to spend a decent amount of time with Harley, at least get to talk to him on multiple occasions. So very cool all these years later to be able to say best in sports to you all. Shout out to Harley Race, and that's how he would sign a lot of stuff, best in sports. But always loved Harley Race, and of course, the beauty of streaming and YouTube and things, getting to go back and seeing a lot of the classic Harley stuff before my day and age. Just very, very cool, and makes you respect the performer a lot more, and makes you more excited for things like this. And Harley Race, one of the greatest champions that ever did live. So very excited to dive into this. And of course, going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. Like I said, though, this will be sold at WrestleCon weekend. They will have the booth. They will be selling these. If there is any stock of the 500 left over, it will be on Collect Major, probably Monday, Tuesday, something like that, after, of course, WrestleMania. So if you want this one, get in after it. Going to be a great companion piece, of course, to the Nature Boy Ric Flair Bloody Edition we got last year. So very cool to get a sub-line within the line of bloody versions. Very happy to get those. And we'll compare that in the glamour shots as well. But without further ado, let's take a look at the packaging here. And there's some stuff to talk about with the packaging here, but let's get into it. We do get the NWA title belt. Very cool. We got that before as well. There's Harley, this time in the red trunks right there. Harley Race, Big Rubber Guys, of course, Major Bendy's. Big Rubber Guys, not a toy. Ages 18 and up, you 17-year-olds, get the heck out of here. It's too dangerous for you. It does have the NWA Power logo and, of course, the Harley Race logo over there. Working with unisons with the partners right here. Of course, Billy Corgan, the owner of the NWA in this day and age. But looking good. Nothing on the sides, really. On the back, we got War and Peace back here. Look at that checklist. Talk about a line that just exploded out of nowhere. But keep them coming. I'm here for this. Big cross sell up top as well, as we had to move some of these guys down into the bottom. It'll be interesting. I'm going to look at this right here. Now, currently, for pre-order right now, Bruiser Brody, Kerry Von Erich, Tama, and of course, Haku, the Islanders, available pre-order this whole month. So get your orders in if you have not already. There is a major exclusive Danhausen. It also says Dusty Rhodes. We've got that. I'm trying to see if there's anything new in here. The Danhausen, I think, is the newest one. I think we talked about that before. Not sure where that Danhausen is going to go. I guess we'll have to stay tuned for that. They first showed that, I believe, at San Diego Comic-Con last year, if I'm not mistaken. And I believe the Big Rubber Guys, the Major Bendy's Collect Major team, will be at San Diego Comic-Con this year. So be ready for that. All kinds of announcement. I hope to be there right in the front row like I was last year. But very cool in the packaging department. And of course, it is removable packaging on this one. You just slide this bad boy card out, and then you pull this out, and you're off to the races. But man, oh man, here's what I'm talking about. I could immediately tell when I pulled this out of the shipper box that things have changed. The mood is about to change like a young Taz. And my biggest gripe for the Big Rubber guys, the biggest gripe I've had, especially over the last few series, is this tray, this plastic tray in here being way too brittle, breaking all the time. They got to get that fixed. Well, guess what happened? They listened to the consumer. Probably not just me and others. They have fixed this. This is extremely rigid. Absolutely, probably 5-10 times thicker than the last one. You're not going to have bubble breakage anymore. So kudos to the Major Bendy's team, the Big Rubber Guys team over there, for getting this fixed. That was one of the biggest gripes anybody had. I should say 1 of 500 sticker right there. The other big thing, a little tape goes a long way. It doesn't seem to be Cambodian tape, Todd McFarlane, but it's tape nonetheless. The belt is sticking. That's one thing we've seen, is the belt falling around all the way in the package. Not anymore now that we have the tape, and it just pulls right out there. So kudos to the team. Constant learning, constant improvement. We say it all the time on the channel. This is that in action right here. Constant learning, constant improvement. I love to see that there. So shout out to them. Plastic prison there. Now, can I get Harley out? He's really in there, but there he is. Of course, I saved the package on these, so a nice gentle off to the side. See you later. And we're going to start with the accessory. It's the NWA title belt. Of course, we saw this with Harley before. The cool thing is here now we got multiple NWA title belts. Of course, you could stick this with Harley if you want to. But to me, the last Harley has the belt. Now I can give this maybe to the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Maybe the regular bloody, the blue version, whatever version. Choose your own belt adventure, but very happy to get another one of these belts. Would love for them to sell a belt pack too for maybe some of the previous releases, but gets a little dicey with some of these belts, as we do know. But a beautiful representation of the NWA title belt. Seen it before. Hopefully we see it again. But now, speaking of something we've seen before, Harley race, but a different version, a bloodbath Harley race. And of course, Harley bleeding buckets of blood up and down the road for many a years, depicted beautifully in the figure right here. Absolutely love a bloody figure. Love that Harley races win this line in a bloody version, just like we got Ric Flair. So very cool to see that. Now, it is a simple repaint that goes a long way from the original one. Same body pose, same everything. We do get the tattoos on this one, of course, on the arms. One on the forearm, one on the forearm over here, and then one on the bicep. The big difference on this is the red trunks. I guess red for blood. I'm glad they gave us different trunks. Red knee pads, and then of course the Harley boots down here. Got the Harley with the sideburns, just meaning business. Got the Lemmy, aka Triple H goatee that it was known for in later years. Got that on Harley here. A little bit of kind of like the fro Harley going on as well. Looking very good, but it's Harley all day long. It's the Harley we saw before, this time a little bit bloodier. And I do got the other Harley right here, right off camera, poking over here. Nice to see that. And we do got the tattoo in the correct place. That's what I was going to wonder. Before it was on the tricep. This time it is on the bicep. So they did correct that for those that didn't got all worked up about that. I actually missed that in my review. And once again, I'm not by nature a detailed tattoo guy staring at people's tattoos. I knew Harley had tattoos on his arms. I've seen him in person. And they always reminded me of my grandpa's army tattoos back in the day. But it was on the back tricep on this one. They did correct it to the bicep on this. So once again, guess what? Constant learning, constant improvement. That's what you do when you listen to your audience here. But very, very cool. Very cool. Obviously the same figure, but painted differently. Absolutely love it. I am here for this for sure. The eye's a little bit better on this one. Your mileage may vary, but better on this one than the last one as well. But very cool, Wrestlecon exclusive, 1 of 500 Harley Race Bloody Edition. Would love to see 1 or 2 bloody repaints a year. It's an easy way to get the most out of your molds. It's a fun subline within a line, and it's not for everybody. You make this Harley 1 of 500, you upset some people. This one, I think more people can stomach. It is a little harder to get, but not everybody wants a bloody one. Most people, if you want one Harley Race, you probably want this one. But man, kudos to the team over there at the Major Bendy's for getting this one out. And keep the Big Rubber guys coming. Once again, I am totally biased, but every time I get one of these, it reminds me back to my early childhood collecting wrestling figures and just the joy of the occasion of every Friday. We go to, get out of school, you go to dinner, got to go to Toys R Us, KB Toys, whatever it may be. Kyle, you were good this week. You get to pick out one figure and just having that mental checklist in the back seat of the car. Okay, if they got Mr. Wonderful, I'm getting that. But if Mr. Wonderful's not there, it's time for me to get SD Jones. Today is going to be the day. So just very fun memories of that. And it's just something about nostalgia that we all do love in this hobby, of course. But Harley Race, Very, very fun to have. But what say you guys and gals out there? You picking up this Harley race? You going to grab one for your collection? Or are you good with the regular one? You're going to pass on this one? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Always helps the channel. You guys know that. Check out YouTube memberships if that is your thing, or my Patreon channel. My new book, available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble as we speak, The Complete Guide to the ECW Original San Francisco Toy Makers. Easy for me to say. Available now on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or pick up a copy from me if you'd like an autographed copy. I can shoot you one your way if that is your thing. And my dad or wife will sign it too. Some people want that. They've had to do that a few times. They'll do it again if you want them to. And speaking of my wife Angie joins us every single week for my podcast. It is The Kyle Peterson Show, available wherever audio podcasts are found, with video cast on YouTube. Appreciate the support over there. And then as usual, Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, and now on TikTok. So for Harley Race, one of 500 Wrestlecon exclusive, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?